Hey guys, it's Aaron, your personal coach, and welcome to day number 3 of my basic movement training. Okay, so this training today, what I'm going to teach you is the foundations of how to bend, right? Remember, there are 7 components: squat, lunge, bend, push, pull, twist, and gait. These are the components of our movement, right? So today is day number 3. I'm going to teach you how to bend. Right, so we're going to start with the very basics and we're going to progress up to more advanced exercise. So let's get started. So first things first, what I want you to do is to create a really good hip extension. We need to open up the quads and the hip flexors, because if we're super tight through the quads and the hip flexors, we can't get that full extension and we start to load the back a lot more. So get yourself your 4-inch foam roller. These are the best things for like releasing the fascial tissue. And we're just going to start at the top of the quad, breaking down that fascial tissue by flicking across. Oh man, that feels so good. Seriously, if you're new to this, it's going to be painful, but it will start to get easier, right? 20-30 seconds, then come down to the next spot. 20-30 seconds and then come down to the next one. Right, so we're just flicking across. About the mid part of the quad will probably feel the worst. Right, and then we come down again. So you want to spend up to 3 or so minutes on this. Right, and you want to also get right to the top of the hip. Right, let's change sides. Again, just flicking across that. Flicking across. Perfect. Just breathing. Now, if you've got any back problems, keep your body weight on the ground and just push your quad into that roller and flick it across. You can come up if you want and make it a little bit harder, put that extra pressure in. But like I said, if you're new or if you've got any back pains, just come down, flat on the stomach, relax, and then push your leg into that roll, flicking across. Just make sure after 20-30 seconds, you're coming down each spot. Right? So you get the idea. I'll get through that pretty quickly, but spend a good 3 to 5 or so minutes each leg, right? Okay, next one is we need to now stretch, right? So once you've released that fascial tissue, we can stretch. Basic hip flexor stretch. Here with the feet hip width apart, we just step out, lunge down, draw the belly in, tuck that under. You can, if you want, reach your hands up as well, just for 5 seconds. I'll come straight at you here, so you see my knee position. Hold, 3, 2, 1, change, right? Down, the knee, it looks like it's touching, but it's not. It's just off the ground. The important thing is, draw in, tuck, chest up tall as well. Reach these up, change. So about 5 each leg, okay? 2, 1, good. Really should be feeling this here. Draw in, tuck under, hold, reach up, good. Make sure you really got that core engaged too. Knee outside the toe, don't let that drop in, right? A couple more. Okay, perfect. Now, the basic of the hip extension is on the back. You can touch your heels, head down, feet hip width apart in line with your hips. Everything in line here, right? Draw the belly button in, rotate under. This is why we release the quads, the hip flexors. Then we push up. See that? I've got that tuck. Push up. Glutes engage. Squeeze together, right? Feet. Make sure your feet don't turn out. Keep them straight. Make sure your knees don't blow out. Keep them in line. Draw the belly button in, down. Looks like it's touching, but it's not. Exhale. 3. Nice and slow. 4. If you forget your core, tuck, up, glutes. 5. 6. 7, 8, 9, keep the chin tucked, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, get the glutes working, come on, squeeze, 15, okay. So always starting with 15 repetitions. You can do 20 if you want to, okay, 20 is fine. You can start to build up to 30 reps, right? A progression from here now is we go with the ball, just simply down. This creates a little bit more stability. We get a lot more activation with our core here, and we're just pushing up. Same thing. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, the bum's not touching, 13, push the hips right up, 14, engage, 15, okay, perfect. Now, just like I said, if you are feeling any back pain, focus on tucking that pelvis under, drawing the belly button in. Obviously, if your core is not functioning as good as it should be, it's going to be a bit of a problem. That's why these development trainings are great for like working in conjunction with my core conditioning series as well. Right, take away any back pain. All right, next. Now, I'll just get this out of the way. A basic bend, right? A bend. The ideal, the starting point is the hip extension, but the end result is going to be a deadlift, right? Starting to load up. So a bend, if you haven't done a deadlift before, we need to keep a straight back, right? So simply just from here, hinging at the hips, right? And then coming up, glutes, right? Imagine, if you're not too sure how to keep that straight posture, stick goes on the back here, and we hinge, right? And then glutes up, squeeze the glutes here. Same thing as your hip extension from the floor, but we've just changed it now. So we're up in a vertical position. Breathe in. Exhale, right? Try not to squat too much. Try to get more hinge. Hinge, and then glutes. Core engaged, right? The belly button in to the spine, nice and strong through there. Stick's not easy to hold on your back by yourself. Breathe in. You can see my posture is staying perfectly straight all the way through that bend, right? 2 mistakes that you see people will do in the deadlift exercise is as they bend, their head goes up and they come here and they do this. That's a big strain on the neck, right? You don't want to see that. Okay, so that's how we can start our hinge. Right, the next way is going to be standing. Right, so once you've mastered that floor position, I always get my clients to start with almost a sumo deadlift. Right, it's the most natural position to put the hips in. Simple as that. Always go a close grip. You can do staggered grip if you feel confident, but I'm happy for you just to start with overhand. Shoulders back, draw the belly button in, and we need to bend. Just to there, just to the bottom of the knees, right? I'm looking at you, but really, I want to be looking here. As we come up, we look up. Glutes, the belly in, breathing. Exhale, glutes, shoulders back, straight, strong arms. Now, I'm going to bring you a closer view here because I want you to watch my hinge here. Right, see my back position? You can't quite see my legs. So the biggest thing people do is they'll want to squat with the deadlift, right? It's a bend exercise, so we need to bend with a minimal bend through the legs. 20 degrees is all you need for those glutes to then activate on the way up. Breathe in. Exhale. Shoulders back, strong arms. Squeeze the hands tight. It's going to upregulate your rotator cuffs, help that thoracic stay upright too. Breathe in. Exhale. depending on your posture, depends on your like mobility, is how deep you can actually go into that, right? So I've got pretty good posture, so I can probably go to about there before I start to lose it or start to feel that tightness in the hamstrings, which tucks my pelvis under, and I'll start to load up my back a little bit more. So go by feel. If you can like do this in the mirror where you can see yourself, that's going to be like really important. Okay, the last progression, the last but not least, is the single leg deadlift. Now, you can do this here, stagger grip, plant the foot, single leg, and we are tipping here, tip, 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 and then drive it up, hip extends. Breathe in, up we go, right? Breathe in, exhale. So it's really good to do with a broomstick. Glutes, right? Let's turn you on the side, go this way, so you can see me. So as you bend down here, you're creating that T. See that T? From my head to my foot, and then from the hip to the floor is that T, right? So as we're out here, we're squeezing the glute on this side, but as we come back up, the glute works on this side. All right, breathe in, and then exhale. Same thing, shoulders back, nice, strong, straight arms. Breathe in, exhale. Again, I want you to aim for 15 to 20 of these, right? Now, so this exercise, a single leg up deadlift, can work in conjunction with a single leg hip extension, right? So this is more strength based and this is more stability based, right? Always do stability first, right? Even though these are all development exercises, I want you to do the stability first, because you're probably, if it's the first time you've done it, you're going to be unstable, right? Like, don't add a load, just a broomstick, or if you haven't got a broomstick, just with your hands straight out in front, right? Then we can add a strength exercise second. So this is more strength based, and you'll feel it way more. Set yourself up, hip extend. 1, 2, right? 3, 4. This leg here, keep it straight. I don't want you to make it go too high or too low. Keep it in line with the other quad on the hip extension. And there's 15. Just make sure you're not on a slippery surface and you're sliding back like I was, just slightly. Right, so you might need to get your mat, something to come out a little bit more, keep it a little bit more secure. I'll hit the other side just to even it up. Here we go. Straight leg, core, pelvis, remember, same with the floor ones. Ideally, palms are up here. 1, 2. Keep that foot here straight as well. 3, 4, belly in. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 40, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Now, after doing something like that, you might just want to give the hamstrings a quick release. Right, just hold that for 10 or 20 seconds. Drop that down and then change. So good for the hamstrings, this one. Right, and it's conditioning before we go into, obviously we've taught you how to bend, we've taught you how to single leg bend, but the next component is going to be to load up a bar and bend, right? So we go into either it's more of a loaded endurance workout or more loaded hypertrophy. So if we go into load the bar, Example, like for me, I might go like 40 kilos on the bar, might do 20 like reps, that's more endurance based. Or if you pass into the next phase, we're going to go into hypertrophy, which is more like muscle building, which is going to be anywhere from 6 to 12 like repetitions. So with approximately 60 seconds time under tension to build more like muscle, and that would be more of a loaded set. So for me, as an endurance athlete, I don't really do much hypertrophy training, especially on the deadlifts. Slows like me down for like my running and cycling. But if I was to do it, I'd probably do anywhere from 80 to 100 kilos, anywhere from 6 to 12 like repetitions again. So that would be a hypertrophy like workout, which is great for weight loss clients to get you to that. Obviously, I'm not so much at that weight, but depending on your ability, it would be good to get you in that type of phase, because that's going to have the best calorific change in regards to like burning calories for your metabolism for weight loss. So yeah, guys, look, thanks so much for watching. That is my day number 3 training for movement development, and that is the bend. Thanks so much. Coming up next, so we've got day number 4, which is going to be push. Thanks for watching, guys. I can help you. Don't forget, check out my website, aaronbuchan.com.